everybody, welcome to Dark Art tutorial number 2. Again, we're here in my studio. Show you around. That's one of my guys up there. Right here, I'm kind of working on the side. I'm working on a haunted dollhouse. If any of you want haunted dollhouses, just please feel free to let me know, because I will, I could make one for you.
It's a crock of shit.
Just email me in the link section down there by the comments description. Okay, that one I'm working on the shingles. It should be done pretty soon. Okay, this is the guy we're going to be working on today.
Insanity runs in my family.
Okay, can you see him? If you can look on our finished piece here, you're going to look that it has certain type of webbing on it. Okay.
A web would indicate an arachnoid presence.
Spend the night at the Cobweb Hotel. You find that the service is swell. Now you needn't be shy. I won't harm a fly. Spend the night at the Cobweb Hotel.
It's nothing but spider webbing that you might have left over from Halloween. Also, we have those bumps on there. They look like a little bumpy. That's nothing but lentils and beans. Okay, so go gather up some supplies and we'll get started.
A lot of people don't realize this, but you can put your weed in there.
Some people claim it is not dead even now, just dormant.
We have basically the same setup as we have for the first one. We have cardboard. Okay, and we have the same brushes. We got 3 of these brushes. Again, from Dollar Tree, 3 for $1. I have my glue gun.
Frankenstein made a monster by sewing together parts of old dead bodies.
Piece of junk, actually.
We all go to the mad
craft store because of Halloween, because it has no legs. So I figured, what are you going to do with that? If you like to do dark art, one of the options that you do have is finding old Halloween things that you're going to throw out, Halloween decorations, and remake them Halloween masks.
Sorrow, is it really you?
Yeah. Yeah, baby! Yeah.
You can't sculpt. Remember, I'm talking to newbies here who don't feel like they can sculpt or draw. That's who I'm targeting right now. A few tutorials down the road, we will be making things by hand, sculpting by hand, and such, but right now we're going to use things that we find around the house that you have. Alright, so right now, go check. You might have something in your house that's similar to this. It might be an old Halloween decoration, or you can probably find something on eBay. Again, I'm using the same paint that I used for the other tutorial. This paint is going to be the Mist Tint that I got at Ace Hardware. I always want to mention Ace Hardware on Archer Avenue. I'm in Chicago and they're always really nice to me when I go in there. This is a mist tint. It's usually like $30. I got it for $10. And this is another mist tint. And again, usually about $15. I got it for like $5. Okay, so hold on. We're going to go get started. So all you need to do this is going to be another wall tutorial. It's going to be another wall art tutorial piece. So what we're going to do is we're going to stick with the cardboard background. So grab yourself some corrugated cardboard, some brushes, some paint, a glue gun, and some type of Halloween decoration, and you'll be ready. What we're doing now is, if you're familiar with our first tutorial on how to make a dark art piece, what we did was we scored our cardboard, which means we took pieces and we ripped them off to just to get little backgrounds and make little dents and things in it. Again, after you're done, okay, scoring.
Remember, if you shake it more than twice,
I want you to take a look. What I did was I just cut it this way. I just cut it almost like that, all the way around here, almost in the shape of a tombstone. Okay, just to give it a little shape, just kind of make it look a little different. It's just going to be a wall piece. Okay, so what we're going to do now is I'm going to fasten him down. Now remember the type of paint that I said that I purchased? I purchased the mist tints. The mist tints are something you can go to your local Ace Hardware. Okay, I always like to talk about my Ace Hardware. They are really nice people there, and it's a very small one, but they're always very nice to me. And it's on Archer, and it's on Archer Avenue in Chicago, south side of Chicago, Garfield Ridge. I think it's just called like Garfield Ridge Ace Hardware, and they're really nice there. So I always get good paint. But again, we're going to keep the tradition going that we did with the first tutorial, and I'm just going to keep using the brown and the white. Okay, I want to keep these tutorials easy for you, and at the same time create something kind of spectacular that you can show your friends. So as you can see, I'm going to paint this way, like that. Make sure you get all the cubby holes. I've got the brown down, and then I'm going to reach for some white, and I'm just going to paint right into it. And I kind of get like a look like that. And sometimes I might want to make a line going like that, a line going like that, line going like that. You see? Okay, so what I want you to do is continue on paint your background. There we go. What I have done is I glued him down. I glued her skeleton down on the background that I've already painted. Now this is something that you're going to have to judge with the type of skeleton or Halloween mask that you're doing, or whatever piece that you're doing. Again, we're using pre-made pieces because a lot of you just want to do dark art, but you don't feel you have drawing or sculpting skills. So we're going to use things that are pre-made for our first tutorial.
What are you doing wearing my bra?
Sculpting and drawing. Okay, and also if you're interested in learning to draw before we get into the dark art tutorials that involve drawing, please feel free to look at my drawing tutorials that are also on this page. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a dilemma. We can look at this and we can say, well, I can start my dark art embellishing now, or I can decide if I want to paint it. Okay, as you can see, this skeleton is actually painted already. Comes from the factory that way. It is kind of nice.
Etc., etc., etc.
I'm actually going to take it, and for some of you people it might be, oh my god, no, 'cause it might be hard for you to paint something, but I'm just going to paint it because I want my paint job to match the back. Okay, I mean the paint job that the skeleton has, I want it to match the back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to paint. I'm just going to paint on here, then I'm going to add some white. It's going to be the same thing where I'm going to take the brown and I'm going to take the white and I'm going to go over it like that, you see? And I'm going to paint all over the skeleton. So what I'm going to do is I want you to go and take a look at the piece that you've chosen, whether it's a Halloween mask or whether it's a skeleton like this, that you've glued down on your background, and see if you want to paint it. And if you do want to paint it, what colors you want to make. Okay, so remember, during these early tutorials, it's really good if you've never done dark art, if you've never painted, if you've never drawn, if you've never sculpted. Okay, best thing to do is just stay with two colors. Just stay with something dark like a brown and something like a base like an eggshell for the highlights. And I suggest an eggshell because a lot of people find that white is a little too harsh, pure white. If it works for you, it does. For the dark art, some people like the muted look. So what I'll do is I'll finish painting this and I'll come back for the next segment. Start the embellishing section of our dark art project. Okay, as you can see here, we've got our lovely skeleton here, and we painted it. We have our background of cardboard, and you know what I have here, what I'm going to embellish with? Take a look at this. Now, when you can get this is usually, you can get this year-round on eBay. And of course, at Halloween, you can get it during Halloween at your, favorite, drugstore. This is just spider webbing. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to take the spider webbing. Okay, as you can see it right there, and I'm just going to cut it. I'm just going to take your spider webbing, and we're just going to cut it.
Do you know how to use that thing?
Alright.
Yes. The pointy end goes into the other man.
You can see right here.
Ever get an erection over a woman?
And I'm going to start embellishing. And like right here, I put it right on his shoulder blade. And what I'm going to do is start spreading it out. Then I'm going to take the paint, and I'm just going to paint over it. Okay? You can see like that? I'm just going to paint over it. Take a look at that. See? So that's how I'm going to be doing this embellishing. I'm just going to take the spider webbing and stretch it all around just like you would any other type of spider webbing, whether it's your railing, and after which you're going to put it in place and you're going to paint over it. Just simple paint, that's all you're going to need. Then of course after you're done, you're also going to want to put your highlights in like that. See? Okay. Again, if you do not have spider webbing, okay, if you do not have the spider webbing here, what you could do is just take regular thread, okay, regular thread, and take the thread and just pile it on and paint over the thread. Okay, this is our next segment, and as you can see, we have some nice cobwebbing going on here.
To my parlor, please do.
You hear this? This is just those like vegan people, but I also like to use lentils for collages. Now take a look. I just put I put some paint down because I don't use glue. I actually like to use paint. It's cheaper. Now watch. See that? Okay, what I want to do is create some texture. So I put some lentils down on a painted surface, and I'm just going to paint over them. And what happens if I just paint over these enough, just like that, I'm going to get a nice, rough, rounded surface. And we're almost done. We're going to polyurethane it. In reality, I would be adding a heck of a lot more to this. Alright, but this is tutorial number 2. Okay, so we don't want to go too crazy to scare everybody. Alright.
Yum Tom Thumb, come play you a drum with a dum to little dum dum.
I'm a little, anxious, if you know what I mean.